Oh my god! What the? Welcome back, people. We have an absolute banger video for you today. As you'll have seen from the thumbnail, from the title, we take on the Goons and Sanitar and his guards all in one raid, and we started with a DVL and a 5-7. We were just here to try and get some shooter-born kills, and all of the bosses decided to spawn, even with their super low spawn rate right now. You'll have seen that I've just wiped out Knight using the 5-7. I was pretty chuffed with this, and we actually got our hands on one of the new weapons within Escape from Tarkov right now, which is the SIG Spear. This thing feels and sounds absolutely incredible. So yeah, let's dive into it. You'll have seen, obviously, I had to clip the start of the actual raid. I accidentally left my music playing. And we don't want to get hit with one of their copyright strikes, of course, after we have very recently just been accepted as a YouTube partner, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for all of the support up until this point, and hopefully it continues. The likes, the comments, and all that on the video is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, subscribing to the channel as well, that helps me out huge. So if you could do that again on this one, that'd be absolutely amazing. So let's dive into breaking this actual video down and what my thought process was during this actual raid. So I came in, the whole point of the raid was to actually go for some shooter-born kills. I was pushing towards the resort, and on my way there I could actually hear like a loud, it sounded like an SVD just blasting quite fast from up at weather station. So I was like, okay, this is probably the Goons, let's just give it a go. We had the quest unlocked. Obviously we are pushing towards Kappa. I think we're about 330 raids in, and we are kind of close towards Kappa. So I heard the Goons. I was like, let's go. Let's try and get this this quest ticked off the list. And as we pushed up, straight away, Knight came running at us, and he took a couple of 5-7 bullets straight to the head. Obviously, I was panicking a little bit, but I managed to get the shots off, and he dropped. So straight away, we pick up this SIG Spear, and it is genuinely insane. But Big Pipe and Bird Eye sounded like they were actually like below the mountain, as if they had pushed somebody at a different spawn. So I was playing it fairly slow, and something you want to pay attention to, guys, if you are considering hunting the Goons right now, Bird Eye makes footstep audio on the snow. So that is a huge advantage, something absolutely massive that you can use to try and take him down. Obviously, generally, and even still, if he pushes into buildings and stuff, he doesn't have any footstep audio. But right now on the snow, he does. You'll have seen there, I actually moved back towards Knight. I did loot him. I've cut the clip ever so slightly because I feel like looting's maybe a little bit boring to watch. But I basically was just grabbing extra grenades just so that I could continue throwing them around to try and get some voice lines from Bird Eye and Big Pipe. But I actually had somebody mention in chat, apparently the AI aren't voice lining as much to like grenade throws and things nowadays. I guess that's to try and stop people just farming them and running to an area and using sort of like a radius to try and gain info, which I guess is a kind of cool thing, but it's also a little bit tough when it comes to hunting bosses. We all know bosses just wipe you out pretty quick, so it's kind of good to know at least if they're in the area. So you'll see here I was throwing grenades in their general direction. I could still hear shots, and I heard some shouting to my right, and as I peeked this corner, I do a little IRL dodge as I'm about to enter this building. You know, obviously it ups your evasion chance by like 10%, I believe. Them tracers flying past my head were terrifying. Little IRL dodge there. Pretty cool. But yeah, I end up hearing Big Pipe and Bird Eye come sprinting across. I just try and pop some shots at them. To be honest, putting myself in this building, I just want them to run through this one entrance. I see Big Pipe there just absolutely charge past. I could hear him just panting out to my side. So at this point, guys, try and stay calm. Try not to panic all too much, and just use the audio to your advantage. I know that he's on this sort of right-hand side here. I should have actually used the left shoulder swap to try and get an angle there. Obviously, my old sort of muscle memory and 7,000 hours of playing the game in the old state, my brain couldn't really fathom using this left-hand shoulder swap just yet. But we managed to get the little slow lean peek and pick off Big Pipe there. And at this point, I'm like, right, okay, if Bird Eye pushes me, at least I'm going to get some footstep audio, which he does. Watch this craziness, though. What the? He just appears in the building. I was slowly, like, edging towards the door, trying to work out exactly where he was. He just comes running in, and boom. That is the 3 Goons wiped out for the quest. I was genuinely buzzing with that. I wasn't obviously farming them or looking for them or using any kind of tracker. I just got very fortunate, went up there, managed to wipe all 3 of them out. So I was literally just making my way over towards the extract. Seen obviously the smoke down at the pier, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest additions to Shoreline this wipe. I know they've added quite a few bits, but just knowing whether the pier extract's actually there or not is an absolute game changer. And whilst we were on our way there, we heard Sanny's little squeaky, nasally voice. It's like, right, I did have Colleagues Part 3 still active, which obviously gives you a black keycard as a reward. I had handed in the 3 BTG and the 10 keycards, but I wanted Sanny and his guards. This was the first time I came across Sanny, so it was like, right, let's try and kill this guy. I'm throwing nades. I am trying to still use it for the voice lines, trying to use it to my advantage. You'll see here I've positioned myself again inside the building, so they've only got one avenue that they can push me from. I wasn't actually too sure where they were. Then I heard them outside on the snow. So I managed to spray a couple of shots using... This is Bird Eye's RSAS that I had taken. So when I initially thought it was an SVD... And again, I'm still not using that left shoulder switch. I just can't seem to get my fingers to do it just yet. But I'm sure I'll get more and more used to it. And you'll see even when I'm shooting at Sani's guards, I'm constantly trying to pop shots at them and then instantly get into cover. I don't want to stay out of cover for too long to fight these guys. They will just wipe you out. And if none of you guys are sort of familiar with Sanitar and his guards and how they work, they will pop stims. They will constantly like med up and have themselves juiced up on all these stimulants. So what would normally take down some of the other bosses or general scabs and stuff, these guys will end up with like thousands of HP if you let them keep stimming. It's a nightmare. These are the types of bosses and guards that you want to try and wipe out in your first clip. This guy here, that's like M61 and M80 I'm shooting at him there. I know some of the bullets went into the window frame and I'm just trying to use this right-hand peek, but he would not die. So I'm just running in and out. I'm repacking the mags. I'm chatting to chat about the potential of me screwing up my my colleague's part 3 here. But I was like, you know what? We're just going to kill Sani. Get it over and done with. But you want to just make sure that you're taking these... I keep going to say right-hand peeks, but these tight peeks on corners. Now, even with the left-hand peek, make sure that you're just taking a tight peek. Don't expose too much of your body. Pop off the shots. Don't get lit up because these guards will just end you super fast. To be honest, Sani never really seems to kill me too much. It's his guards the problem. Similar with like Rashala. The guards seem to be the main issue. So I'm constantly just trying to figure out exactly where they are. Using the audio from the snow. Get some more shots on this guard here, but he still doesn't drop. And I'm constantly just getting myself back into cover. I don't want to stay out for too long trying to trade with these guys. They're going to win. No matter how good you are, these guards, they're going to win. You want to try and kill them before they're shooting at you. So during that nade there, Sanitar actually screams behind me, which was a little bit odd. So he was somehow tucked behind the edge of the building next to the blue fence, which I didn't realize he could actually spawn there. And I'm not too sure how he actually ends up inside the building. You will see towards the end, he actually somehow ends up in the building, even though I was in here. A little bit weird. So again, pop another shot towards the guard, trying to use the nades, trying to make them move. I feel like that's one of the main things that you need to do when you're fighting bosses and guards and stuff. If they're not going to give off any audio, throw a nade, get them to reposition. I can hear this guard strafing across, and I'm pretty sure I end up finishing him off just now. Using that super tight peek, I'm just stepping to the side, bang, 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 and down he finally goes. That guard took so many shots. Another guy comes sprinting across there, and you can see I'm just kind of... I'm scared. I'm going to be honest. I'm constantly trying to tuck myself back behind this wall. I don't want him to turn and try and like have a little 50-50 gunfight with him. I'm probably going to lose. Like, it is the way it is when you're fighting the AI, especially bosses and guards and stuff like that. So, again, we jump into this toilet. This place seems to be my little hideout right now. Repack some more mags, get some extra bullets ready to try and finish these guys off. So, as far as I know, Sanitar can actually spawn it with 4 guards now. Somebody did mention in chat 4 guards. I knew it had increased from 2 to 3. But I think he actually only spawned with 2 in this particular raid. So I peek here, get the kill. And I was very fortunate that one of these guys actually spawned with a gazelle. And as we all know, they're selling for a lot of rubles right now on the flea. Due to the, I believe it's the So It Good task. I think it's like part 2 or something. So yeah, now it's a case of just trying to find Sani. Making sure that I don't get shot in the back by one of his guards. And we're trying to figure out exactly where he was. So I was just discussing with chat. I think I heard some audio. So I'm playing it super cautious, trying to figure it out. And this is something that I don't feel like people do enough. And this is something that I try and like tell people with the experience I've got in the game. Pay attention to what you're doing. And no matter how much you kill, always expect there to be more. So I'm jiggle peeking here. I'm trying to work out where Sani is. And this is where I walk in. And he's actually stood behind the desk, which was very strange. And I mean, that was my reaction. I genuinely just didn't understand how he was there after I was there. I don't know how he's got there. I'm not really too sure. But I tried using the left shoulder swap just there. Somebody had been typing it in chat and I just couldn't get myself used to it. I'm going to have to keep giving it a go. I underarm the nade and boom. There it is. We drop Sani, so we get the quest complete for Sadist. But we actually fail Colleagues Part 3 after handing in 10 key cards, guys. That's pretty bad, but it is what it is. I mean, we get another quest completed. We can move on to some more quest lines. And as I peek the stairs, there's somehow a guard standing there. Maybe that was the swiveling that I'd heard. I tried to throw a grenade to get him to move, and it turns out to be a smoke. I wasn't paying too much attention. So, yeah, we had a little rave up in here with the green smoke. I end up actually throwing another nade and finishing this guard off. Grab all the loot, and then we crawl our way out to the pier to get ourselves out of here. So, there wasn't really too much that I could break down in this, other than just when you're fighting raiders, rogues, guards, bosses, things like that. Don't try and rush it too quick. Just play it slow. Focus on what you're doing. Take them super tight angles and just make sure that you're not overexposing your body. Whether it's a left-hand peek with the new shoulder swap, right-hand peeks, whatever it is, make sure that you're constantly tucking yourself back behind cover. Don't try and engage in 50-50 fights with these guys because you're gonna lose. It is what it is. Even with that, scavs, guys. Scavs this wipe. Come on. Get some comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking of the scavs this wipe because it's been crazy. They are dropping everybody. I think I had a day the other day in my first 5 raids. I died to scavs 3 times. I just got one-shotted with like magnum bookshot across the map. It's insane. So get some comments down below. Let me know what your fun experiences are with the scavs so far. We yeet a nade at this guard here and we actually end up... I kill him. Again, listen out for the audio cues. You won't hear it because I'm rambling over it. It was super quiet. With my earbuds, I did hear that his gun dropped to the floor, so I could tell that he was dead. He didn't make any death noise, but his gun hitting the floor, I actually heard. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool raid, guys. If you have enjoyed it, likes, comments, sub to the channel, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And obviously, if you want to catch the live streams, we do stream now live on YouTube as well. But the main place for interaction and chat and obviously other things that we have involved is over at the Twitch stream, guys. Twitch.tv/IMinimann, 10 AM until 5 PM UK time. Hopefully, I'll see you there. And if you've enjoyed it, I will catch you on the next one. Peace. That, mate, what a raid this is. I spawn in to go get shooter borns. I kill Knight with a 5-7. Take his SIG. Kill Big Pipe. Kill Bird Eye. Come down to pier to extract and kill Sani. Wow. 42,000 XP raid. Knight, Big Pipe, Bird Eye.